All right, today we're going to take a journey into the secret world of infants to really understand their cognitive and social emotional development. And what science is uncovering, well, it might just surprise you.
Okay, so let's just dive right in with a big one. What is really going on inside an infant's mind? It feels like this little black box we all wonder about, but science is actually giving us some amazing keys to unlock it. Because in that very first year of life, babies are doing so much more than just sleeping, eating, and, well, crying. They are literally architects, busy building the entire foundation for their future, for all their thinking, feeling, and learning. So, if they're architects, let's start with the first set of blueprints. We're going to explore the building blocks of the infant mind and try to answer the question, how does a baby actually learn to think? Our goal here is pretty simple, but it's also really profound. We want to understand the amazing cognitive leaps an infant makes in just their first 12 months. It is an absolute explosion of mental growth. So, what's in their first cognitive toolkit? Well, for one, they're not just passive observers. No way. They're learning to act intentionally to get a result, like shaking a rattle just to hear the sound. They're starting to solve little problems, they're imitating the faces you make, and they are basically tiny scientists, constantly exploring and experimenting with everything around them. But of all these new skills they're picking up, there's one that represents a truly massive shift in their thinking. And that is the ability to look for and find objects that have been hidden from view. And this brings us to a familiar game. Why is something as simple as peekaboo or hiding a toy under a blanket such a monumental developmental leap for a baby? What's the big deal? The big deal has a name: object permanence. This is the aha moment. It's when a baby's brain has this groundbreaking realization that just because I can't see something doesn't mean it's gone forever. The world suddenly has depth, it has consistency, it has rules. The toy still exists under that blanket. This right here is the birth of abstract thought. But a baby's world isn't just about objects and logic. Their cognitive development is happening right alongside another equally powerful journey, a journey into the world of feelings. So let's switch gears and see how this all builds. We're now going to look at the foundations of their social and emotional growth and ask, how does a baby learn to feel? So just like we did with their cognitive growth, let's explore the landscape of an infant's social and emotional world. What are the key milestones on this other incredible journey? Well, that journey begins with their very first and maybe most important emotional challenge. A psychologist named Erik Erikson called it the stage of trust versus mistrust. And look, this isn't just some dry academic theory. It's the first great question that every single human being has to answer. And that unspoken question, the one the infant is asking with every single cry, every coo, and every reach, is this: is this world a safe and reliable place for me? So, how is that question answered? Let's get practical and look at the ways caregivers can build that essential foundation of trust, basically telling the infant, yes, you are safe here. So, how do you build that trust? It's not about one grand gesture. It's about all the small, everyday things. It's consistency and having a predictable routine. It's about bonding, showing love and affection, and truly getting to know that unique little person. At its very core, it's about meeting the baby's needs when they have them. Okay, so this is the crucial point, and this is where everything we've talked about really clicks together. A baby's cognitive ability to learn about the world is built directly on top of their emotional feeling of safety within it. A baby who feels secure is a baby who feels free to explore, to experiment, and to learn. So let's just put it all together. In that first year, you've got these two parallel tracks. The thinking baby is learning that objects continue to exist, that they can make things happen, and how to solve simple problems. And at the exact same time, the feeling baby is learning if the world is a safe place, if their needs will be met, and who they can rely on. They're two sides of the same incredible developmental coin. Which leads us to our final big picture question. When you boil it all down, what is an infant's first and most important job? It's this. Their job is to learn, to feel, and to connect. And all of that incredible work, the foundation for a lifetime of growth, all of it starts with one simple, powerful feeling: trust.